Thank you. Like you said, I'm Eddie, and this is Chris, and we're here to talk about Orion Advisor Tech. We've been around for 20 years. We started out of our own internal needs of developing advisor-facing technology that was needed to support a sister firm of ours. From that, we've developed a variety of technologies that help support an advisor's back-office business. At our foundation, we actually aggregate and reconcile data on behalf of the FIs that we support. Those FIs are primarily wealth management and investment firms. From that, we built technology that helps support their operations, their advisor-facing experience, their client experience, their compliance, and their investment management. And that's what we're going to be here talking about today is a relatively new capability that we've developed over the past several months that helps you support personalized portfolio development for your individual client needs. So why don't we go ahead and step into that demo here. Now, as I tee this up, one of the things that actually came across, Mark Sullivan, I believe, was talking about the ethical impact and make sure I get this right, optimized personal reality. And one of the key things that's really important around investment management is helping your clients feel connected with the underlying strategies that you are managing for them to help them achieve their goals, their aspirations, and whatever that might be. But it's important as we look at those ethical impact scenarios that we're able to create scale and efficiency that don't require you as an advisor to go out and source those services through third parties that are typically bundled into a fund and that are, in many cases, high cost. So what we've developed is into our trading application, which is a full end-to-end trade platform that supports model building all the way through trade execution, is a component that allows you to individually personalize those ethical needs for your underlying clients. So Chris, why don't we go ahead and go into one of these accounts. And what Chris is going to do here is he's going to assign a strategy or a model to this account. Now, this is important because for many of you, in order to create scale, you're still working off of a model. But then how do you personalize that experience down for the client? And so that's where we're going to step into the restrictions screen. So from here, as an investment advisor or wealth management team, you can actually come in and on the individual client level, define out ESG needs, sector and industry, and even individual stock exclusions. So as we get into the ESG side, we can go in and select any of those needs, those ethical needs that the client has identified that they don't want to participate in. So in this case, maybe we want to select pharmaceuticals as an example, or we can go in and really honestly select any of them. And what's going to happen here is it's going to build out this as an exclusion list into the securities for this client. We'll be able to go in and manage that individually if we'd like. And why don't we just hop to that real quick here. And so in this case, if we'd like, we can actually go in and say, well, look, maybe as a client, I don't want to invest in pharmaceuticals because I have certain values that I don't feel that contributes to. But maybe there's a general pharmaceutical company that doesn't really do the development. They're just a distributor. And so I'm okay with investing in those types of companies. So at this point, we can go in and offset those trade restrictions down to the underlying security level. We can really get very personal with this approach. Now, if we move into the sector and industry side, what this allows us to do is define a bands-based approach. So maybe your client comes in and they indicate, I'm okay investing in companies, but I don't want a certain percentage of my portfolio to be invested past that point. And so many of those cases are going to be like, hey, I struggle with the sugary beverages industry. I realize that they're not only doing sugary beverages, so I'm okay investing in those companies, but I don't want it to go above a certain percentage of my overall portfolio. And so we can set those bands in here, and then that will ensure that as we're going in and managing this portfolio, we're not having to create a separate model just to support that individual client need. So once we've assigned all these, we'll go into and hit save. And at this point, we've now applied a model to the portfolio, but we've personalized the experience down for that individual investor. So Chris is going to hop over to a dashboard screen now that will allow us to see a collection of all the analytics that we're running off of this. And this kind of brings back the intention of what this technology is doing, is it's not requiring your investment management team to have to manage unique models, but actually be able to see across the entire account set all those that are in and out of tolerance. I'm going to let Chris just take a minute here to explain what we're seeing on this screen.
Yeah, so this is our alerts dashboard. Since the system actually uses a portfolio optimization engine, one of the things it's really keen off of is tracking error relative to one of your strategies. So the first area you see here is accounts that are out of tolerance relative to tracking error to your model. So we can see we set a band of 5 basis points to 150 basis points. Our accounts tracking error is currently 2.27, so it's higher than what we would like it to see. So we can see that that's now out of tolerance. The other main one is risk. So that is a forward projected standard deviation. So what is the projected risk of the portfolio? The blue line is your model. The green line is a band that you set around your model. And then again, the red line is the account's risk. So is it more risky or less risky than the way I want it to be? And then we have additional alerts for cash needs and tax loss harvesting opportunities.
So to wrap this up quickly, there is an end-to-end process. You can basically re-optimize these accounts, put them into a trade order, and directly trade these accounts out their respective custodians. Again, we're here to support fiduciary advisors to help them operationalize their vision for success. And we appreciate your time and that you've given us to walk through a really impactful solution that helps you build scale and efficiency into those individualized client needs. Thank you.